New this morning, a lead poisoning alert near a major American city. Residents in Flint, Michigan, under a state of emergency, being told don't drink the water, don't even touch the water. Right now, response teams are going door to door to help.
State workers are delivering bottled water and testing kits so people can drink, cook, even brush their teeth. It's a crisis that residents say has been unfolding for more than a year now. State officials changing the water supply in order to try to cut costs. But after folks noticed changes in color and taste, testing showed elevated levels of toxic lead.
I'm paying for poison, paying for water that's a toxic waste.
Now, medical officials say every child younger than 6 should be tested because exposure can cause really irreversible harm them physically and mentally in their development. A big question here. Why did this take so long to figure out? Why is this still going on right now? Let's talk about this with Flint's newly elected mayor, Karen Weaver. Mayor, thank you so much for joining us. As we pointed out, and you know this very well, this all started back in April of 2014. You can't hand out bottled water forever. That is nowhere close to a solution. What is the latest?
And that is correct. It did start. It's been almost 2 years, and that's a Band-Aid solution, but it's something that we need to have in place right now, is to get this bottled water out. But you know, you talked about how long ago it happened, and one of the concerns was our voices not being heard about this water. And so it took the grassroots people, it took a group of pastors, but it wasn't until Virginia Tech and the medical community spoke out that our voices really began being heard. And one of the things that I had talked about even when I was campaigning was that I believed Flint should be declared a disaster area. So that was one of the first things I wanted to have happen when I got in office.
You know, is this enough? Right now, I mean, this happened because of choices that were made, and
Exactly.
now kids could be at risk. You know, kids could be damaged or, you know, have health issues for life. Does someone need to go to jail over this?
For life. Well, you know what? There's an investigation going on right now, because one of the things we also had been asking for was for people to be held accountable. And that's what we wanted, was for our voices to be heard. We wanted people to be held accountable. And so we're waiting to see the results of that, because I'm sure it's not going to be just one person that comes up on that list.
Mayor, you're saying we're waiting to see the results of that in terms of investigation, but honestly, where is the outrage here? I mean, this could have caused irreparable harm to these children. Folks in your city, you grew up in this city. I mean, do you expect anyone to want to move to Flint at this point?
No, and that's the problem, and that's why this needs to be addressed, because we're asking for help. You know, we didn't ask to be in this situation. We didn't have a choice when that switch was made to the Flint River.
So who's going to address it?
And as a result of that, who's going to address the needs?
The problem
of the community? Well, I know I've put a plan forward, and we moved it up from the city to the county, and at this point the governor needs to do something, and that's what we were talking about. We need some help. We need some help right now. We know Flint doesn't have the finances to be able to handle this, or the resources, and I don't believe the state has the finances and the resources. There are some things that they should have in place right now, but it needs to go up to the federal level, and that's why the declaration was put there. We need some federal assistance as well. We don't have the resources, and we need more than bottled water and filters.
About 40% of Flint is living under the poverty line.
So, Mayor, my question to you is, you know, do you think this ever would have happened, in Grosse Pointe or some affluent suburb? Do you think this happened at Flint because people, they forget about places like Flint?
Right, and that's how we have felt. We have felt forgotten until we started getting this national attention, and that's why I'm so happy about that, because it has let us know that our voices are heard, that we have not been forgotten, but we need some more help. And
Mayor,
like I said,
the
filters in the bottled water aren't enough. You know what? That was why we had that meeting yesterday, because I had some concerns. One of the things, and I thought the citizens deserved to hear from him, because what we've been asking is, when was it going to get moved up to Washington, D.C.? What are the steps? What is the process? What's taking so long? And so he was here yesterday, and that's what the media got to ask him. What are the steps that need to be taken, and when is this going to happen? Because right now, waters and filters aren't enough.
Are you happy
know
with
we
how the
need that,
governor,
but we
with the
need
governor's
more.
answers?
Am I happy with the governor's answers? I want this to get moved up. I think this needs to get moved up quickly because Flint needs help. We have kids and families that need more than what we're getting right now. And we've got to put some services in place because you said it. You said that we have kids that are going to have irreversible brain damage. And we've got to get that addressed. And because they didn't deserve what has happened, but there are some supports and services and resources that those kids and families deserve. You know, we haven't talked about the seniors that have been impacted and that all of the residents of Flint deserve. So that's what needs to happen, and that's what I'm looking for.
And it's because of a choice.
It's because of a choice, and I'm not sure that I've heard or anything that should make the residents of Flint feel any more comfortable that they're going to be able to drink out of their tap, one of the most basic services that a government and we as taxpayers you pay for is clean water. That they're going to be getting that anytime soon in Flint, Mayor. I appreciate it. Please, we're going to stay on this, and I really want to have you on again, but I appreciate your time today. Thank you very much.
Okay, I appreciate it, too. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We're going to stay on this. It's an outrage. Coming up next for us, we have breaking